So this is the first stop in Germany. It's the first time I've ever played shows in Germany, so that's exciting. But I am on a 5-month trip at the moment with my girlfriend Alex, and we've taken a van all the way through Europe and done a bit of holidaying and some touring. From a young age, music was always in the household. My dad played guitar and there was always CDs on or whatnot, so I remember having like a small 4-string kid's guitar, and then from that I had lessons in primary school, and that kind of kept going. And in high school I started getting interested in finding my own music, so I would find a song that I really liked and bring it to my guitar teacher, and I wasn't able to, or I wasn't very good at reading music, so he'd write out the tabs to all these bizarre songs that I'd found, and from that I think I started teaching myself how to play the songs that I wanted to. And yes, started busking at farmers markets and made a CD from there, and then started playing some shows and whatnot, and now I'm lucky enough to be in Germany playing a show, so yeah. When I started playing, I mirrored the TV, like if the head of their guitar was facing up one, and then I would do the same, not knowing that it was the reverse way around being on TV. So I started playing guitar left-handed for the first 2 years. Then I moved over to Perth, and I had a guitar teacher there in primary school, and she was like, he does everything else right-handed, so I think we should try and teach him guitar right-handed. So they swapped me from there. I want to, with my songwriting, really connect with people, and one of the things I love so much in music is that it becomes like a part of your life, and there are certain songs that you associate with certain aspects of your life, and when you do hear those songs, they remind you of places, people, smells, sights, and all of those things. And I always try and create songs that make people feel something, and everyone interprets the song in a different way. So how I write it and how it ends up in its kind of finished form or what I perform might mean something to myself, but then someone else has their own things going on in their life that they might be thinking about at the time they hear it, or on the night that they see me play it. It's funny because I remember it so vividly, writing it. I was sitting on, we have at home we had a box of dress up. My mum loves parties, and I was sitting on that in the garage and just had the chords and was writing them, and it was about the time that I was about to head away. I was leaving for maybe 5 months, and that was probably the longest time I'd ever been away from family. And me and my little brother are very close, and he was maybe I think he might have been maybe 11 or something, and 11 or 12, and had just had a big school camp where they were away for a week or whatnot, and he was really apprehensive about that because that was the longest time he'd kind of been away from home. So I kind of had that in mind, and then was writing it about our relationship, and because we are so close, how we would go being apart for that 5-month period. So a lot of people think that the song is about a girl and being apart from a girl, and that's I suppose what I meant before, in that people bring their own interpretations of the song, and that's perfectly fine, and I love that people can connect to the songs in different ways. But no, the song was actually just about me and my brother's relationship. Do I go surfing? No. Do I wish I went surfing? Yes. Me and my sister bought each other surfing lessons when we were, I think it was last Christmas, and we went a bunch of times, and I loved it, but for some reason I just don't find myself going as often as I would like to. I think it's one of those things that I'd like to be really good at straight away, but am not willing to put in that the time and painful commitment of getting smashed around. But I love the water, I love the ocean, and couldn't live without it. So yeah, we bought a van. It was kind of set up how we wanted. We were looking for something that didn't require too much of a 3-month build, so that because we were only over here for 5 months, and wanted to make the most of the time travelling around. So we spent the first maybe week or two fixing it up with what it needed, and mostly just been taking it as it comes, and on a whim we went down to Italy and spent 5 days there earlier, but having the van and the flexibility to go different places and not just like skip over big cities or towns, you get to see like that real side of Europe and all the little towns and yeah, like the actual culture.
Maybe I'm just seasick, or it's just another excuse to dismiss. Thank you.